So once again, thank you very much for the invitation. So how do you build research capacity as an early career researcher? I'm always excited to give this particular presentation because myself, I started my research journey as an undergraduate at the University of Ibadan. But by means of recap of my introduction, let me just give a quick overview of who I am. So I know you've done that already, but presently I'm a PhD researcher at the University of Glasgow, and I completed my master's in global health science and epidemiology at the University of Oxford, and I finished my pharmacy degree in 2020 at the University of Ibadan, where I actually started my research career, where I try to actually build capacity the way you are right now, where you want to learn one or two things about how to do research. So can you get involved in research as an undergraduate? This is the question that sometimes people ask me, that can I really do research as an undergraduate? There's no limit to what you can do as an undergraduate. You can publish papers in peer reviewed journal, you can do research, but what is important is that aspect of you building capacity, is that aspect of you learning how science is done, is that aspect of improving your knowledge and skills so that you can actually do good research and you can contribute to knowledge as much as possible. Most of the time, undergraduates, we see or they see research as something that they just want to do at the end of their degree to get the certificate. But you can get involved in research beyond the compulsory research that you do in your final year. And that's what I'll be discussing with you today: how you can build your capacity, how you can improve your knowledge and skills, and what are the possible benefits to you in terms of your own capacity and the kind of production and contribution that you can make to knowledge. So just to let you know, I also finished with the first class in my undergraduate degree despite this my engagement. So it is possible for you to do well in getting involved or being a researcher as an undergraduate, and also at the same time you can also contribute to knowledge. So even though you still have to do other things to build that capacity, we know pharmacy, undergraduate degree, medical school can be really, really stressful. As you all know, it can be really, really stressful, but you can do other things as well to build that capacity. And I've also mentored a number of people, I mean, students that they started publishing as an undergraduate, they started doing research, they started building their capacity as an undergraduate. So it is possible and you can do that. So if you want to check out this paper, this because the topic of this presentation is not to tell you the benefits really, is to tell you how you can build that capacity. But if you have the time, you can try to read this publication that I wrote to detailed what are the possible benefits, what are the values, and what are the barriers, and I made some recommendation in this particular paper. So you can check it out to see the benefit to you as an undergraduate. So now let's go to the main discussion of the day. I like to start my like presentation when it comes to research to call it re and search. Because when we are doing research, what we're actually trying to do is that we are trying to understand things more. We are trying to um, get or uncover what we don't know before. We are trying to generate new knowledge. We are trying to uncover new insights. And that's why we can never have any development if there's no investment in research. Because that's why we have something called research and development. If people don't pour money, if you don't invest in doing good research, in contributing to knowledge, in generating reliable evidence, what that basically means is that we cannot have development. We cannot drive innovation. So as young people, always remember that you have key role to play when it comes to knowledge generation, when it comes to doing research. But before you get into the world of research, you need to build that capacity. You need to understand how research is actually done. You need to understand how we generate those reliable evidence in the little ways you can, in the little capacity that you can build along your undergraduate degree. And you can do a lot more beyond that. So remember, if you make a claim, a bold claim that, oh, we have about 20% of people, for instance, living with a particular condition in Nigeria, people will ask you, how do you generate the data? How do you get the information? How do you analyze the data? That's why you are going to make yourself a joke out of yourself if you claim that you have cure for HIV and people ask you, where's the evidence? How do you do it? Which dosage do you use? And you're unable to tell us that. Then you're just making a fool of yourself, because science is actually replicable. We want to make our science to be replicable as much as possible. We want to do research that is methodical in nature. It's that someone can look at it and follow your process and get the same result. So research is not just it's not play. Let me put it that way. So it's something that you really need to learn how to do. Because remember, research is a systematic process, and you have to continue to learn, to unlearn, to build that capacity. And it's not a one day thing. Even if you finish your PhD today, you still have to continue to learn new process, new method. So it's a lifelong process. So starting as an undergraduate is possible if you are truly interested in research. Myself, my mentee, and people that have actually engaged with a number of undergraduates, they started their research journey as an undergraduate, and now most of them they are doing their master, some of them are doing their PhD. So it is a possibility. And starting early is not going to disadvantage you. In fact, it's going to add to you, it's going to refine your skills. Before I finish my undergraduate degree, I've already built, improve my writing skills, know what journals are, know how to even publish, know how to structure my manuscript for publication before I finish pharmacy school. So it is a possibility, and it is possible for you to build that capacity. And always remember, we need more evidence. We need more young people that will generate reliable evidence, that will advance knowledge across different fields, whether pharmaceutical sciences, whether public health, whether global health, any field at all. We need more evidence. Because without evidence, we cannot drive any impact. We cannot drive any major innovation. And that's why you see the top countries of the world that are driving new things. They invest a lot in research. And the kind of capacity that we are, the kind of discussion that we need to continue to have is when we also get to that position later. Because now we are young. I mean, in the next few years, we see some of us will be in that position where we can make policy, where we can uh, drive policy, where we can actually contribute to political discussion on the need to invest in research. We'll be able to do that when we get there. Because without research, we cannot move forward. We cannot drive anything meaningful. And as an undergraduate, you can contribute to science, you can contribute to knowledge in your field. So, what is very, very important as an undergraduate, you don't know anything about research, you don't know anything to do at all when it comes to research. One thing that is very, very important is that you need to actually identify what you want to focus on. And what I mean by this is that you don't have to be too specific. For instance, I'm not saying you say, oh, today I want to do research on mental health. You cannot, as an early career researcher, unless if you are so sure that, see, I want to build capacity in mental health research, or I want to build capacity in non-communicable disease, or I want to build capacity in tobacco smoking. Unless you are so sure that this is what you want to do for the rest of your life, it's not a must that you have that tiny niche, but it is very, very important that you have a specific focus. For instance, I know from my undergraduate years that I'm interested in global public health research. As at when I started, I'm not so sure of the particular area. I'm not so sure of what I really want to focus on when it comes to public health is broad, right? Global health is broad. So I'm not so sure of which area. I just know I'm interested in health equity. I want to do research in the area of antimicrobial resistance. I want to connect the dots by focusing on vulnerable population. I know all these things, but they are so scattered in my head, and I don't know how to connect the dots. But it's important at least for you to know which area do you want to focus on, like which broad field. For instance, some of you might be interested in drug formulation and drug development. You might not know the specific area. You might not know that, oh, see, I want to focus on uh, maybe dosage form remodeling, or I want to focus on pharmaceutical engineering. You're not so sure of that small area, but you are sure of the broader field. That, oh, see, I want to develop drugs. I want to develop nanotechnology that will make it easy for us to take this particular drug. All those kind of things. But you know that you are not so sure of that specific area, but you are sure of the broader field. So it is very, very good. For instance, some people they say, okay, I'm interested in cancer research. I just want to do cancer research. But you don't want to niche that. You're not so sure. Is it prostate cancer? Is it breast cancer? Is it ovarian cancer? You are not so sure of the kind of cancer that you want to focus on, or you are not so sure of the angle. Because if you talk about cancer research, you can approach cancer research from pathogenesis. You can approach it from pathophysiology, doing research in pathophysiology. You can approach it from the public health angle. You can approach it from the pharmaceutical angle. There are different angles that you can come into the cancer research field. But you just know broadly that, oh, I'm interested in cancer research. That's fine. So start doing something in that line. Start looking at people that are already doing amazing work in that field. Start building little capacity to understand what is the current problem that we are facing in this particular field. For instance, some of you might be interested in personalized medicine. Might be interested in that because, okay, we have been using drugs for a while now. Can we develop drugs that will be so unique and specific to a certain group of patients or certain people that are facing this particular condition? There are a whole lot of research that people are pumping money into in that particular area. Genomics. We have different areas under that. Are you thinking of merging pharmacy and another area? So this we have that opportunity as young people to rethink and understand how we can actually improve different fields because we have different fresh ideas that can actually advance knowledge. So I will urge you identify what you're interested in. It might not be so narrow, but it might be a broad area that, oh, see, I'm interested in this particular thing because that will also guide the next step to know how you want to build that capacity, to know the kind of people that you need to reach out to know the kind of courses that you need to take. For me, I know them broadly that Yusuf, you want to build capacity in epidemiology. In even epidemiology is not so clear then. It was at the end that I know that, see, I really want to focus on epidemiology. I want to understand epidemiology more. I started with just broad global public health. Okay, today we are going to do awareness on AMR. Tomorrow we are going to publish paper on different areas scattered all around, which is fine at the early phase, at the early stage. Is fine. It's okay for you to explore, to rethink different things. So don't work yourself too much. Don't work yourself up too much that you need to know that, oh, see, I want to focus on this morning. No, explore. This is the time to explore. Look at different things and make sure that at the end of the day you are trying to niche down as well. You are thinking of where do I really want to focus on. So understand, identify because it will make it. You have a lot of opportunity to actually niche down and understand the kind of capacity that you need to build, but be flexible. Remember that. So research is not just something that you just wake up and say you are making a bold claim about something. It's something that is methodical. It's something that is systematic in approach. It's something that you need to invest your time to learn how it is done. Imagine you want to make a bold claim that, oh, okay, this thing actually costs another thing. Before you can say A causes B, there's a kind of study design, there's a kind of approach that you need to know, that you need
I
to
think I've
use
done it.
before you can actually make that kind of conclusion. So as any career researcher, if you have workshop within your university, you have summer schools, there are different short courses, online short courses that you can take. On this channel, we have different videos on that, on different free online courses that you can take. You don't need to go to Coursera and be waiting for certificate. Because some people say the reason why I'm not doing this course is because I took so many courses on things that I really want to learn as at then, because I don't have the money. I don't have the $65 dollar to pay as at that time to get the certificate. But I took those courses, I audited them. That's what they call it. You audit the courses. There are different courses, introduction to this particular area, introduction to this, introduction to that. There are different online courses on different platforms. They will allow you to audit it, but you might not get certificate. You don't need certificate. Now you need you need knowledge. You need to build that capacity. You need that knowledge. It's not about certificate. So look for those free online courses. Look for summer schools that are funded. Look for workshop within your country, and they are free. There are free conferences, there are free, sometimes free seminars by professors, even within the university. I know most students don't look out for those kind of things. If it falls within your area of interest, please attend them. And that's why I said you need to identify at least a particular area that you want to focus on. For instance, even though you want to focus on public health, and you saw that, okay, there is maybe somewhere you notice that they announced that, okay, there's going to be a conference, a free seminar on public health. But if you are free, you can attend. So maximize all this little opportunity to upskill. You know, all these things about knowledge, building your knowledge, building your skills, your ability as much as possible. Because you can't do research if you don't understand how it is done. But you can start small. So also another thing that we recommend that if possible, you can also learn using some tools. For instance, you can learn how to analyze data. There are different boot camp, different trainings, different seminars. You can just attend some of them. You can take some courses to learn how you analyze data when it comes to research. All these things is about planning. It's about making effort to learn them. Check out for journal articles, read journal papers. You might not understand them, but try to familiarize yourself with some of these things as early as possible. The more you do them, and the more you ask questions to your mentors. For instance, if you don't understand something, and you have mentors, and you have people that are more knowledgeable than you can ask them questions. There are different resources on this YouTube alone. There are different videos across different channels or different topics that you can watch. Like I said, this is a matter of learning. It's a matter of building that capacity, and it is possible as an undergraduate to do that. You can work with others. You can form research club. You can form research hub in DESO. Students can come together. We already have that in OAU. We have that in UI, University of Ibadan already. We have that in University of Lagos. You can form that kind of group where you guys come together. You invite your lecturers. You invite other people to come and teach you stuff. You can invite someone to teach you what is qualitative research, what is quantitative research, all these basic things. That's what you need to be. You need to strengthen that foundation. And that's the essence of you doing research as an undergraduate. You need to strengthen the foundation. You need to understand how we do research. You need to understand how we generate those evidence. You can form small research hub. You can organize conference. You guys can present together. People, maybe students from 100 level or 200 level to 500 level or 600 level. You guys can come together, brainstorm, share ideas, share thoughts together, publish together, write together. It's also very good at this stage. That I don't have because I remember when I was still in pharmacy school, around me, I really don't see many people, many students around me, my second year in the university. I don't see a lot of people doing research. Everything is just so boring. Like I'm the one that is striving to learn that with the support of mentors, with support of YouTube videos, online courses, and other things that I did, that I engage with, that I try to utilize to build that capacity. So that's a strong point for you guys. You can form a team of small, maybe group of maybe I mean dedicated people, not people that will waste other people's time. If you are dedicated, I know Michael is ready to coordinate this and get other people together to come together for you guys to do meaningful stuff, for you guys to learn together. Yeah. So another thing that I said that is very important is finding mentors, and I will tell you hack about this. When I talk about finding mentors, uh, sorry. So when I talk about finding mentors, this in the current era that we are in now, we have already advanced beyond you trying to look for one person somewhere that doesn't have your time. There are a whole lot of people that their work is available online. You have where they've spoken about something, you have resources that they've published, you have different insights, you have different forum, you have different people sharing different thoughts about different areas of research. You can leverage those things as well, alongside finding someone that can mentor you. But what I see about mentorship now is that most of the things that you're going to learn in research, you cannot say you want to hand over everything to your mentor to always teach you. You also have to make effort to learn yourself. So it'll be easy for people. For instance, if you reach out to your professor, oh, I read this thing about this particular thing, but I don't quite understand it. Can you please shed more light on that? You know, that's a lot more easier because you've made effort to learn it, and that person can see that, see this guy, you've tried already to learn this particular thing, but you don't understand it quite well. And I'm going to explain this to you. Or you can even go online, you will have seen maybe videos somewhere. You know, there are a lot of things that are available where you can actually learn from. So, if possible, you can also have senior researcher. In fact, for me, and what I tell people is that identify like 10 people in your area of interest. Let's say you are interested in HIV research. Identify 10 people, maybe within your university or outside your university or anywhere in the world. Identify 10 people. Most of these 10 like these 10 researchers, I'm sure they're going to have ResearchGate or Google Scholar accounts where you can see the kind of research that they do. You can see how they think. You can see latest advancements in your field. So identify top researcher, follow them on social media. This is their area. and you're interested in it. You can't tell me that you have interest in HIV research and you don't know researchers that are working in that area. You don't know researcher that shares interest as you in that particular field. Because I will urge you to find those kind of people. Are you interested in antimicrobial resistance? Are you interested in cancer research? Are you interested in all these things are available? Like if you go online and you say, okay, this particular thing, you might see more information will come up. As young people, you need to maximize the use of Google. You need to maximize how to use AI to search for information as well. So all these tools are now available that you can use to search for information. So identify 10 people. And I will also say identify top organization as well. You can't tell me that you're interested in HIV and you don't know International AIDS Society. You don't know that they have different conferences, that they even fund young researchers to attend. You can't tell me that you're interested in tropical medicine and you don't know Royal Society of Tropical Medicine or you don't know American Society of Tropical Medicine. So if you're interested in a particular area, identify top organization, top charities, top institutions around the world that are doing research or that are doing advocacy or that are connecting researchers together. Identify all these organizations. Identify top researchers. These are ways you can get information that can improve your knowledge and skills, that can improve your capacity. And then when I was still in pharmacy school, I was the first ambassador at the University of Ibadan for Royal Society of Tropical Medicine and Hygiene from I think for about 2 years. So because I was looking, okay, which organization can I join? What network can I join that I see they are doing something meaningful in my area of interest? So please join this kind of organization because if you join them, you'll be able to see new things. They can send you newsletter. Some of them are free. Not all of them are going to ask you to pay. Even if they ask you to pay, you can raise it. You just have maybe sometimes there may be like €5 or maybe €10 for students. Try as much as possible to maximize every opportunity around you to give yourself more exposure. Because sometimes people ask me, how am I able to generate research ideas? It's so easy for me to generate research ideas because the kind of exposure that I have daily. If I go on LinkedIn now, if I go on Twitter now, I will see researchers that I've followed or people that are doing things in my area of interest. I get updated instantly. Oh, this thing. Oh, we now have a cure for this particular thing. Oh, we now have this thing for this particular thing. So it's going to aid your thinking. Please improve your exposure, improve the kind of things that you open yourself or like you expose yourself to. If you like to dance, that's fine. You can follow dancers on your timeline, that's fine. But you can't tell me that you're interested in research and you are not following any researcher, you're not following people that will give you that exposure. Let me tell you something. I've seen a whole lot of opportunities on LinkedIn because someone liked a post. Because someone liked that post and I saw the oh wow, this is area I like this. Let me apply to it. Let me apply for this opportunity because someone in my network, someone that I connected will like that particular post. So on Twitter, too, you remember when you retweet, you see. So all those things are just indirect way of spotting opportunity, of spotting things that will contribute to your growth, that will contribute to your capacity. So you don't joke with those kind of things. You don't joke with things that will give you exposure because exposure actually shape your thinking. If you keep exposing yourself to certain content or certain like you just keep exposing yourself to a particular thing over time, the way you think will actually be similar to that kind of environment. So expose yourself to something that challenge you, something that give you that opportunity to think, that expose you to new information, whether directly or indirectly. You are being exposed to them. Don't worry about that. Your environment actually breeds who you become somehow. So try to expose yourself to people that inspires you. If you like to dance, follow dancer. That's fine. If you like to sing, follow singers. But if you're also interested in research, follow researchers. Follow people that are doing amazing things in your area of interest. Follow top organization. Identify them. This era that we're in now, there's a whole lot of information everywhere. Uh, that you don't even need to talk to some people. I can tell you that I have people that I don't talk to directly. But the day I have the opportunity to talk to them, they'll be so shocked that I know quite a lot of things about them because of what I've been following their research. Because I like the kind of research that they do. If they publish paper today, I'm going to receive Google Scholar alert that they publish the paper. So they were so shocked that this guy knows quite a lot of things but we've never spoken. We've never had any engagement. That's indirect mentorship. I'm learning from them. And the day I have that opportunity to talk with them, they'll be so shocked that this guy They will even give me audience because when I start talking to them, they will know that this guy knows quite a lot of things about me. Wow, they'll be impressed. So leverage indirect mentorship. Form a team of people that are interested in building capacity and research, and you guys can learn and grow together. So own your writing skills. I mean, as a researcher, you don't want to joke with that. You want to build out, you want to learn how to write, you want to learn how to communicate your thought. And one of the things that we recommend is that give yourself more exposure to academic writing, to academic papers. The more you read them, the more you see the way people write in journals, the more you see the way people structure their thoughts, the more you also tend to emulate them. And I would say be strategic when you are learning how to write. Because I remember then when I started building my capacity in research, I will take research papers of research. I will start looking at it step by step. Okay, how they structure their thoughts, how they write up this particular argument. Just because I want to, I'm not just reading for fun. I'm reading for structure to see how they write, how they make arguments. Because you cannot joke with that when it comes to scientific landscape or when it comes to research. You need to learn how to communicate your thoughts, how to communicate your ideas in a way that people will understand what you're trying to say. And the era that we're in now, where we have I would say AI is there to help you. But I would say when you're starting off, please try to learn it, learn this thing properly. I mean, learn how to write. If they stop AI today, can you still write? Can you still communicate your ideas? Can you still communicate your thoughts? AI is good. Is here to stay. We all know that, right? It's here to stay. But I'll still urge early career researchers to try to learn how to write properly. So can you still write if they stop? If ChatGPT closes down to that, okay, there's no ChatGPT again. No, can you still write? So you need to ask yourself that question. So I know it's here to stay, but I'll still encourage you. That's my own personal advice. That learn how to write, learn how to structure your thoughts, and you can do this by you have to practice. I remember like the way I write, like maybe 10 years ago, is not the way I write now. It's far different, and that's normal. That's what we call growth, and it is normal for you to have growth in any areas of your life. So just start practicing, start looking at journal articles, start looking at the way scientists write. You can't tell me that you don't know where to find journals. That's not the focus of this presentation, but there are different ways you can find journals. On my channel, you can see different videos that can also help you to navigate that. Please own your writing skills. Write, communicate your thoughts. See the way other scientists write, because it is very, very important for you to build that skill. Now, another thing that you can do that I started with publishing, in journals. We have different kinds of articles. So I started my research journey publishing just letters, commentaries, opinion articles in journals. In I'm not sure this is beyond the scope of the discussion, but when you look at journals, scientific journals, there are different kinds of publication in journals. I started my own journey with writing letters, writing opinions, commentary articles. From there, I moved to writing long review articles. Then from long review articles, I moved to doing original research. And one thing that I noticed is that writing letters is just commentaries are just like a kind of article that you write to communicate your thoughts, to communicate your opinion, to communicate your insight on a particular topic. For instance, maybe there's an outbreak in your community. If I want to write something like a commentary, or let me give you an example. This is a commentary. This article is a commentary because I use it to communicate my thoughts, and it's published in a journal. So don't think that the only article that you can publish in journals are just original research. There are other kinds of articles that you can use to communicate your thoughts, your ideas. This is an example of a commentary, just to share my own thoughts. But of course, in the scientific, it's beyond the scope of this discussion to go into that. But know that we have other kind of articles. And for me, I started writing this. And what I noticed is that this actually helped me a lot to understand scientific publishing landscape, to understand the journal process, to refine or to learn how to write. I faced quite a lot of rejection from journals, but I continue to refine my skills, continue to learn, continue to online, continue to grow as much as possible. So you definitely don't need to start from the if you know your writing skill is not so good. This is a very good way for you to actually build that writing skill. You can do small research, you can do review articles, and of course make look for ways to present in conferences as well. And over time, aim for peer review publication. You can say, okay, maybe before I graduate from the university, maybe I just want to publish 2 papers, or I want to publish 3 papers, quality papers, or I want to before I graduate, or for my thesis, I want to publish my undergraduate thesis. For me, I publish 3 papers for my undergraduate thesis. So why do you want to do that research if you are not going to publish that your work? So make sure that you start thinking about your supervisor, people that you want to engage with, the kind of thing that you want to work on, and make sure that you also show some level of seriousness. Because the reason most of the time why lecturers don't take some students, they don't take them serious is that some students are not really serious with their work. So you can tell the lecturer or the professor from the beginning that, sir, I would like to publish my work and I'm willing to pay the price or to do a very good work. So I will urge you to publish your thesis, to publish your dissertation in peer review journal. Because why do you want to do that beautiful work? Why do you want to stress yourself to do that good work? And at the end of the day, you just put it on your bed or your cupboard without publishing, like showcasing them. Because the reason why we publish is to show other researchers what we have done, and they can also use it to advance knowledge in your field. Please, we are going to have a whole lot of rejection. Rejection is normal. Uh, is normal. Always remember that rejection is normal, and you have to be able to learn how not to internalize it that you're not good enough. Everyone is trying to, and if you see the way science is, we don't want to just publish anything. So if you face rejection, just see it as a feedback for you to own and improve your skills. Don't internalize rejection. You're not a failure, because even till now, I see my paper are still going to be, if I submit to some journal, they are still going to be rejected. What we do is that we look at the comments and we improve on it and move it to another journal. Even professors, lecturers, doctors, they're having their papers rejected in journals. It is normal. So because you have your rejection, you think oh, my work is not that good, or it's not this, not that. No, it's not about that. Don't internalize rejection. When you apply for opportunity, when you apply for grants, when you apply for scholarship, don't internalize them. Just see it as a way for you to reflect and see whether you can change something and improve it and move it to another journal. If your work is rejected in a journal, that is not the end of the world. You can take your work to another journal. Please learn that. I learned that quite early in my whole career, and I think that really helped me a lot. I don't internalize rejection. You reject me, fine, okay. What's the comment? Oh, this makes sense. I need to improve on this. Okay, let me move it to another journal. Don't internalize rejection. It is important. So build your research network, form a community, like I said, attend conference, whether local or international. There are students that are traveling around. I travel to a number of conferences, fully funded while still an undergraduate. I apply to them. Oh, this submit abstract. I work on, even sometimes I work on review articles, and I get them presented in a conference. So just know that all these things, they are possibility. It is possible for you to do that. I presented in different conferences, both within Nigeria and outside Nigeria. Funded. Of course, where they want to have I don't have the money, I don't have the resources as of that time to even fund to sponsor myself. So collaborate with others, form that small group research team. I'm sure this is what you can do. Other students from other universities, they've started that kind of thing. They form a network of young researchers where they brainstorm ideas together across different fields. We need more young people to think and do and contribute meaningful stuff to knowledge. And you'll be shocked the kind of mentorship and support that you will receive from your lecturer when you start this kind of initiative, because they will be impressed, and you can actually do this. So build your network, engage with others, um, and try to grow together. Seek funding and scholarship. Yeah, you can apply for grants, you can apply for scholarship, fellowship, travel grant as an undergraduate. Students are doing that, like students presently. So because I made this slide in haste, I will have added pictures of young people that are doing amazing stuff. So don't think that you cannot do this thing. You can. You can build that capacity. You can apply for research grant. You can apply for travel grant. I won about three, it's not three research grants as an undergraduate. And I will show you one example of one that you can actually apply to. Now it's presently open. You can apply, and as a student, you can win it. I won it in 2020 in my final year in pharmacy school. So you can apply for funding. Travel grants. There are different travel grants that they want to give to students to come and present their work or to even attend. conference without even presenting. So look out for all this opportunity. That's why I mentioned the fact that you need to build your network. You need to build it. What kind of people, who are you connecting with? Like I said earlier, someone liked a post and I saw the post on LinkedIn and oh, this is interesting. I like this. Okay, let me apply. And I applied and I got the opportunity. So put yourself out there, the little thing that you do. If you are not posting quite a lot, but make sure that you are active on all these kind of places. Twitter is there. Who are the people that you are following? We have different top researchers, we have scientists, we have organization on all these platforms that you can follow. So this is the grant I'm talking about. This is Royal Society of Tropical Medicine and Hygiene. Students, they've won this grant in the past. And you, as an undergraduate, you can receive this particular fund. It's presently open. So it's early career grant by Royal Society of Tropical Medicine and Hygiene. If you have any earth research or any idea across different whether from AMR to infectious disease to climate change, they are happy to fund you. And you work under someone's mentorship because it's an early career grant, and they actually don't expect you to do it alone. They want you to work with someone that will give you that mentorship and support. So learn how to use different tools, reference style, what is referencing research. There are different things that can actually give you this capacity. And just this session is just to inspire you of possibility. And I hope you're able to see different possibility now. You can open research get accounts, you can use LinkedIn, learn how to use Google Doc, learn how to use GitHub if you're interested in data, overleaf, learn different things. Just continue to learn and maximize different tools that are available to you to build your capacity. Um, so in conclusion, building research capacity is gradual and intentional process. There's no end to it. There's still some things that I'm learning presently. There's some things I'm trying to understand more. So it's a process. You have to continue to learn and it doesn't have end. So it's not just a one-off thing that, oh, I've mastered the whole research in the world. I'm now a boss. There's a level that you reach and you become not that, okay, I know this thing. That's fine. But you still need to stay active to understand what are the new scientific landscape in your field. It is important. Be proactive, be curious, collaborate with other people. Your effort today actually shape the future impact. Definitely. When I started, actually I don't know that I'm just started doing my own thing because I'm really passionate about research. I'm really passionate about knowledge creation, about generating evidence, and that continues to push me to do different stuff. So yeah, because now everything that I did as an undergraduate is what I put into my application to apply to Oxford to study on a fully funded scholarship for my master. Is everything that I've done as an undergraduate up to the time I apply for my PhD is what I use to get fully funded scholarship from the Scottish government and the UK government to do my PhD. So it is a process, and anything that you do now contributes to you, contribute to shaping you, and to improve your knowledge and skills. Any investment that you make in yourself is not a waste because you always find it there. I hate public speaking before. I don't like speaking, but I know that before I can advance my career, I need to build this skill. I need to learn how to speak, and I have to continue to build that capacity. So don't hide somewhere that oh, this thing is too hard. I cannot do it. You can just continue to do the little things. The little things actually add up, and that's what is going to make you who you are going to become in the nearest future. So continue to shape, build yourself, start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can as much as possible. So there's no end to knowledge and capacity building. Just continue to build that skill, continue to give yourself that exposure. Some people are publishing papers. No, that's not your own timeline. Because I noticed that trend. Because people are publishing papers. Okay, also okay, me too, I also want to publish.